Please rise. Anybody like to give prayer? Anybody volunteers? Huh, guess I'll do it. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you once again to give you honor and glory and praise. Say thank you for your love and mercy and grace made new. Lord, we ask you to watch over and guide and strengthen and let your Holy Spirit have its way and help us just be pleasing to you, Lord. We've got a list here before us tonight of employees. Marilyn Pless, who's getting ready to have back surgery. She is the cleaning lady here. David Balt, our maintenance supervisor, his father has passed away. EMA Director Jack White, he's still in rehab. He's going to be there for a while. He's got a lot going on, but I talked to him again today. And Lord, we just ask you just to have your hand upon them. Chief Deputy Matt Miller, his wife Katie Miller, is in the hospital. She's undergone some surgery and facing some unknowns. So Lord, we just lift all four of these people up to you and their families, Lord, and just let them know that you're with them and let your healing take place. And please forgive us where we fail you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Pledge. What? Oh, and Charlie Hallam's wife, Officer Charlie Hallam's wife, is facing some battles too. Continue to pray for Charlie Hallam and his wife as well. My apologies. The pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flags of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thanks, Sheila. Forgot about that. Roll call. Commissioner Warner. Here. Rist. Here. Laws. 3-1. Gentlemen, you've had your minutes before you. We got them prior. I've read over the minutes. I have no issues. No issues. Call for motion.
Move to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. We're going to go to claims. Total payroll and claims is 600 and this is the new one, Sheila. New sheet. $681,706.06. Payroll is $336,917.96. Regular claims $279,985.96. Out of cycle claims $64,802.14. I make a motion that we approve total payroll and claims $681,706.06.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Financial report, Sheila.
You have your financial report in front of you. Basically, they're the same. I can't run anything new, so it's the same report that you got at your January 8th meeting, with your ending balances on December 3rd of last year. After tonight's meeting, I will be able to upload all of the budgets into the file system once the approval for the highway is done.
Under old business, highway budget cuts and review. Sheila, do you have those funds that's cut and approvals from?
There's your file.
That's in the file. I got a file here.
Again, the state 1782, when it came back, made the cuts to, that was a total of 599,000 and something that had to be cut. From those cuts, again, we went through, Chad gave me a few suggestions, and we did. We took the difference out of the payroll line item. The bottom line is the $2 million that the state approved. And we can do transfers if we need to move more in any of the funds in any direction, but we had to at least get it down to the states on that.
So you made all the cuts? Everything's correct and in order?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Chad, for getting the right information. We gave Sheila the approval, on the last meeting before me, what means it is to make these cuts and make these adjustments, according to the state's cut for the county highway. I approve of the cuts and the transfers that Sheila's made in order to bring our budget in compliance with the state. Motion on the floor to approve the budget review and the budget cuts.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
Also in your packet were all of your other commissioners' funds, your dispatch and EMS,
Yes.
and all of them were in your packet as
Yes.
well.
Thank you for that. Appreciate all that information that you get for us well before the meetings. And it's greatly appreciated. Get us time to look at it and ask any questions. Jail project review, we're still looking at waiting on some answers from the general contractors, the developer, and the builder. They did doing some more testing out at the quarry site, seismic drilling, and yeah, I lost train of thought. Yeah, stability issues. So we're waiting on those reports to come back. Hi, Christine, how are you? Yeah, I'm blessed. As soon as we get some update on the property, we'll move forward. You got anything on that, Jill, or anything, sir?
I do not.
Good. Capital improvement plan review update. You working on the,
So he's still reviewing, he was supposed to be gathering stuff and we're gonna schedule a meeting, that was the last, that was his, at the last meeting, it was just to bring things together and see what your guys' total overall plan was before you write it and.
Yes.
You know,
we, the commissioners are working together along with the county attorney to write out the capital improvement plan. I want people to understand out there that the capital improvement plan does include roads. We're addressing that situation pretty seriously because, as you know, we got cut our CCMG money. And I've heard all the hoopla about the CCMG money. I want to hear, you know, the state cut the budget from 400 million to 100 million. 75% got cut. I talked to the lady from the state, a very helpful lady. I asked her, she said two of the reasons we got cut. One, the main reason is because the state cut the budget, and two is because our mapping doesn't line up with state mapping. What we have in our maps don't line up with state maps, okay? But my question to the state about this was, well, in the past, we've received our money, CCMG money, and I'm unaware, and Chad is unaware, Sheila's unaware of any letter that we ever got from the state saying that mapping was off, or we wasn't calculating it right, or so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying anything slipped through the cracks. If it did, it did. The past is in the past. Now, please, I don't want to talk about the past anymore, but she did reference to us that the state will come up here and help us to line our maps up with their maps. So when we're addressing the CCMG roads, that Chad will know that, you know, if you go out Freedom Army Road and it takes a corner, if it turns into 800 north or whatever, it'll align with what the state's got on theirs. That way we don't miss out on any CCMG money. The state's going to come up here and give us that leadership and direction so we know we're on the same page. So things are going to be okay. It's a shame that the state cut the money 75%, losing $300 million, a lot of money. And I asked her how come we didn't receive any, and she told us two reasons. One was the mapping and one was the fund cutting, but they was told by the General Assembly that anybody that had any mapping issues or feet distance issues or how when the contractors submit their bids to, the road projects, there's guidelines that has to go break down, you know, this, and this. And some of those guidelines weren't met, but in the past, they let some of that go. And I thought, well, if you don't know you're making mistakes, how can you correct the mistakes you're making? But anyway, they're coming up, they're gonna get that reassessed with Chad and the mapper and the board of commissioners. And, I see a positive outcome for the CCMG money. It's, I did get, some verification also by the state. The legislation is working into this year to try to allocate some more money for CCMG. Instead of just 100 million, they're looking at some more money, to send to, counties like ours to help out the cause, because, you know, losing $1.5 million is tough on us, especially with the state cutting the budget, so. Good things are coming, just hang in there, people. New business, veteran service officer, Lawrence, or who you're,
Yeah, come on up.
I'll do this here, I'm number one, you guys. Good evening.
How you doing, Chief?
Brought you a copy of the,
big man, how are you?
I'm all right. 101719 is the Indiana code. Ten 1719 is the Indiana code, which establishes the standards for accrediting county veteran service officers. I'm giving you all a copy of the policy, which is it's in place to cover all accreditation standards. The office currently meets and exceeds all standards in this code.
Okay,
Previously, there was some issues, but now we're good to go. So,
Okay.
and with the new transition to Phil? Yeah, Phil, everything's gonna be good to go. We'll get him up and running probably 45, 60 days.
okay,
There should not be any problems there, smooth transition there. And part of that will be, I'll be doing a report twice a year. This is one to go over this, let you know if you have any questions, what this all entails. The second one will be, we'll be able to give you guys some numbers
okay, awesome.
to let you know what kind of benefits they're bringing into the county, numbers wise, things like that. So you can see the impact that it is having on the county.
Yeah, because I think it's unfortunate that very few people really see the impact.
Right.
They hear about it, but, you know,
It doesn't come across a desk, so you don't
No.
need to see the actual numbers come across.
Absolutely.
It's substantial amount of money that comes through, so.
good, glad to hear that.
So do you have any questions for me? I don't know if you guys have to go over this or not, what the standards are. They have to have a PIV card, they have to have a technology. Previously, there was issues with technology in the old armory building, but we've already rectified that. They have to have an office space, which that's all taken care of for HIPAA violation or HIPAA reasons. Everything is there. They're gonna have posted hours on the website and on the office building. Everything is gonna be handled, training. There's an annual training they have to attend. So, and everything's been taken care of so far.
Okay,
Dennis has done an amazing job, so I'm pretty proud of him, and everything's been there.
yeah,
He's all right for an old guy.
they,
He's okay for a Marine.
Yeah. I have to talk real slow, he's already right. But he won't let me have any trains in the office.
you gotta get your crayons out, don't you, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't have any questions, I'm kind of new at this, so I'll be reading through all this, but,
Yeah, it's Indiana code, it's a bunch of legal talk, I think,
right,
so there's not, it's just to put something in writing, because there hasn't been anything in writing to keep all offices. Essentially, the whole overview of what this is, there's 92 counties, and a lot of offices are doing things differently. One office is doing things by paper, one office is doing things by fax, one office is doing things with CMS, actual computers. So there wasn't anything that standardized it all. This standardizes it all, so a veteran walks into Owen County or Morgan County or Johnson County, they should go get the same standardized service anywhere.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's a set of standards.
Firm, fair, and consistent.
Right. Even if it's an Army guy.
Well,
Don't be picking on Army guys now.
okay, yeah, I don't have any questions. Man, you got any questions? Dennis, you got any questions?
I'm assuming you've talked to Philip.
Yes.
Okay. And you're
I just
good?
said hi to him, that's it.
Okay. All right.
That's all you got. Dennis, would you like to introduce Phil while you're here with the,
Okay.
yes, please.
Right here's Phil Davis. He'll be replacing me this coming Friday. Yeah, 8 days.
Just throwing that out there, ain't you?
Yes, I am.
Not that he's counting.
Every morning he sends me an email.
Thank you.
11 days, 10, 9, 8. Okay, so, welcome aboard, Phil.
I think he'll do a fantastic job.
But Dennis, once again, I said it, a few days ago, and I'm gonna say it again in front of everybody here in the public, that, you've done an outstanding job,
Yes, yes.
I've done my best.
and, second to none. And I thank you for your commitment to not only the veterans, but for the people here in the community all around, the state. And your staying in touch, your communication with us, stuff like that, is greatly appreciated, and it's been an honor to have you. And, I still got 8 days. Okay, sir. Nothing against you, Phil, or anything. I still got 8 days, okay? You know what I mean? So, but, thank you for your service, Dennis.
Thank you.
Appreciate you very much.
Take both of them.
Thank you, sir, for your service.
No problem. If you all need anything from me or the state, let me know.
Okay.
I've been cutting everything down, but I'm still here.
You still here? All
You
right.
got a card? Or-
I do,
Could I get
I
one,
got
please?
3 of them, but I got one you guys can share.
Okay.
That's how bad they're cutting us down. You can photocopy.
Yeah, we photocopy, man, that's all right.
Yeah, I got 2 of them, so
Okay.
you guys can share accordingly.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just run good.
I got one, I didn't email one of you, so.
Anything else? Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hamilton Center Annual Review, Cynthia, there, on it.
Hello, how are you?
I'm blessed, how about yourself?
I'm doing fabulous.
I knew you would be.
Just want to run some numbers past you.
I hope they're all good,
For
right?
fiscal, huh?
It's all good, right? It's all good
Of course it
information.
is. Would I bring negative things to you?
No, I won't answer that.
I remember, Sam, when I first started here, you didn't think I'd still be here at this time.
Did you think I'd still be here?
Absolutely not.
Neither did I, so. There we are, so go ahead, let it rip.
All right, so Owen County consumers, we have 308. In the fiscal year '25, that's 4,528 services. 22 services were in our inpatient unit. The expenses for the Owen County office is $800,083, $954. And the charity care that we gave to Owen County was $38,024. And then some top diagnoses that we treat here. The substances, the top substances that we treat for addiction are other stimulants. That's anything other than meth or cocaine. The next highest is alcohol, then cannabis, opioids, and cocaine is number 4. And then the top diagnosis that we treat in Owen County, 1 is PTSD, 2 is generalized anxiety, 3 is another, it's PTSD chronic. Next is major depressive disorder. 5th is bipolar 2 disorder. And 6th is schizoaffective disorder. So just some interesting facts. Any questions for me?
What's your overall view of the health of our county?
Mental health in Owen County, we have people reaching out, that's a positive sign. We have some good stories. We have some people that are making it, and we have some people that struggle. And that's just the nature of how things roll in the mental health world.
That is true. We've seen a lot of it, haven't we?
We have, between us and Centerstone, we treat a lot of people, and we do work cooperatively with them when we need to. Because it's all, there's enough people in Owen County to have 2 mental health facilities.
No, absolutely, yeah, and there's a big need for it too, so.
There is, what I forgot to lead in with is I'm here on behalf of Melvin L. Burks, the president and CEO of Hamilton Center.
Really? Okay.
That's all I
Appreciate
got.
it.
If you don't have anything else for me.
I appreciate everything you're
Thank you for what
doing.
you do.
So how much longer are you gonna hang around? I mean, how much longer you plan on staying?
As long as you can.
As long as me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be here a while.
We may wanna talk about that, you know what I'm saying? Miss Diane, can we help you?
It's just an agreement that comes up every 4 years. They do the maintenance on the voting machine.
Okay,
What was it last time? 4 years ago, what was it? The amount?
I wasn't there 4 years
Oh.
ago, but I believe it was 13,000.
Okay.
And I think they just raised it this year to 15,000. And this will lock it in until December 31st of 2029.
and I got all the faith in the world in you, Diane, and you understand all this and you agree to all this?
Yes,
Did you say 2029? Is that what you said?
yeah,
Okay.
it's for 4 years.
There you have it, gentlemen.
Move to approve the request.
I'll second.
All in favor of the 2026 Infinity Voting System Annual Maintenance Agreement? 3-0.
It locks it in for 15,000 for 4 years. You pay it every year, but it locks it in.
It locks it in for
won't
those,
be raised
yes,
in 4 years.
absolutely, yes. There it is. Planning Commission rezone Charles Sluss. Norm, where we at with it? Where's this at?
It was approved,
Hit that button.
7-0.
Thank you.
It's in your pile over there.
by the Plan Commission. It's a split of a parcel into 3 lots, right?
Yes.
And,
3 lots?
yep,
Okay.
3 lots. And it was unanimous, like I said, on the vote from the Planning Commission.
Single family?
Yes.
If I remember right, they divided them, you're dividing it up amongst family members,
Yes.
correct? All right.
Nice of you.
There's a plat in here that describes the property, the 3 tracts that will be created, and the right-of-way. And then you have your legal descriptions.
Is approved by all? I see absolutely no holdup.
Yeah, 7-0.
What's that, Norm?
I said it was 7-0.
Yeah, 7-0 approved by all.
Yep.
I'm making a motion that the Board of Commissioners, I don't know how I'm supposed to say this. Approve the requested rezone classification from residential to single family for Charles R. Slush Jr.
It was agricultural
Yeah.
to single family.
Moving it from ag to single.
It's not what it says here.
Up on top there, see it? Agricultural.
I got my glasses on, folks.
There.
On this page.
That's the first page.
I'm on the 3rd page of the first page.
There you go, right there. Section 2.
Okay. So let me ask a question, Norm. How come here on this and here it says requested to rezone classification from residential, single family,
They're requesting it to go residential, single family.
residential, single, from agriculture.
Correct.
Let me get the 2 pages put together. My apologies, sir. Okay, now I understand. Make a motion again to request a rezone classification from residential to single family from agricultural. No, let me start this again. Bear with me out there, people. I make a motion to approve the requested rezone classification from agricultural to single family residential. I'll get this right sometime before the day gets out.
I will second that.
And this is the 1769 Freedom Road, Spencer, Indiana, correct?
Yes, yes it is.
Okay. We got a second? All in favor? 3-0, approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, do you have anything to say? I mean, you were sitting there, I didn't even ask if you had, you don't have nothing to say?
That's all we wanted.
There's an ordinance that goes with it.
She just want, oh, I see, okay.
Yeah, we have an ordinance to sign.
Where's the ordinance? We have to. Got to approve the ordinance as well. You have that, sir.
26002. And it's the ordinance for your zoning subdivision ordinance.
Sheila, I don't have that.
002, 2026-002.
Where's that?
I don't have that.
This is an ordinance to amend the Owen County zoning subdivision for the parcel that we just read, ordinance number 2026-002. Won't need to say anything, attach anything else to it, do we? Got a motion on the floor.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Approved ordinance number 2026-002 for the reclassification of from agricultural to residential single family. All approved, sir. You gentlemen go ahead and sign this so I can keep all this paperwork together. If not, Sheila's gonna be mad. Say it. Say you with me. It'll be the last. How many want snow? Raise your hand.
Oh, are you serious?
One,
Really?
yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is. One of the snowstorms.
So I'm not going, being a preacher, I'm not supposed to cuss, and I'm not going to, but I just heard a while ago it's supposed to snow butt deep to a giraffe. So, I throw that out there. Back when I was a kid, it snowed all the time. Health Department contract, where's this at? There it is, lease and rental property.
I do. And they got theirs, I didn't. Yeah, I got my copy.
This is a little higher than last time, right? Was it 16 something last year?
I don't, well, it was a, so we got a break because it was a 3-year agreement. We went down to a 1, so we lost that break. Remember when it was, honestly.
We pay this at a year at a time,
We are going to
Up-
start, yes.
up front.
Yeah.
And this is only for 1 year, that is correct?
1 year. It is for, January 31st, 2026 to January 31st, 2027.
$17,520.
Mm-hmm.
Norm, you got anything?
Well, I will say, I wish we had someplace to put you in
I
the
wish
county.
you did too. That would
I
be
mean,
awesome.
We don't, but I wish we did.
But she had a really good suggestion.
What's the suggestion? I'm all ears.
Well, I mean, when you get your new jail built, you know, one of those, administrative buildings, you know, I think it's where the sheriffs and the detectives and the chief deputies at, would be perfect for us.
The white building
Mm-hmm.
on that side over there.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be sufficient?
Absolutely. We probably would have to pave the parking lot, probably couldn't leave it with gravel,
Yeah.
but other than that, yeah.
I got some questions. Who does the maintenance on this building?
Usually, if it's any high maintenance, it's the landlord takes care of it. Like, our maintenance man for the county, he still picks up our trash, but that's about it. He changed the doorknob for us the other day, but just because he was there.
We don't
and
have
he's-
anything to do with HVAC, we don't handle
Nope.
any of that.
Nope. Nope, that's all taken care of by the landlord.
What about the groundskeeping?
We do have to pay for that.
What's that costing us?
It costs $140 every 3 months, but that includes snow removal in the winter as well.
Who does the snow removal?
Roy's Lawn and Landscape takes care of all our stuff.
Is that something that we contract out, or is that something that the homeowners contract out?
Actually, we do.
You hire them to do the snow removal, okay?
Well, and to mow in the summer. That's something we have to pay for, yes.
And is that, so you say it's,
Which no more than it is, I have no problem buying a push mower and doing it myself.
no, I was just trying to see what all additional expenses we had, because, you know, you're paying $1,460 a month to rent, and don't get me wrong, you don't have a place to go.
Right.
It's not like we can pack you up, move you somewhere, so
Right.
we're kinda at the mercy of where we're at. I didn't know how much other expenses you had on top of the rent. You know,
Oh, we have to pay all our utilities.
what's it cost you a month?
And
For-
utilities?
For everything, yeah, rent and utilities, you got an idea?
I have it broken down by a month, but I can tell you it costs, about $6,000 on top of the rent a year.
Well, it's definitely something that, nothing against the owner,
Right,
you know,
right.
no means, but, this is something that we're going to have to take a. It's okay, buddy, you're about that. Something we need to take a look at. You know, if you're spending $23, and plus all your other stuff like that, you know, you're probably spending close to $28,000 a year. That $28,000 a year go a long way. to have your
Absolutely.
own spot, so.
I could think of some other things to do with that.
Yeah, well, gentlemen, I mean, Norm, you go ahead, you got anything else? Dave? I do all the talking, it seems like.
How long, hypothetically, how long would it take you to move from one building to the other? I mean, are we talking a month? Are we talking 6
It
weeks?
depends, you know, we've moved in 2 days before.
Well, I think that's unreasonable, but I just.
That is very unreasonable. I mean, it would take, to move properly without really, you know, causing a lot of stress, it'd probably take a good month.
And we could stay functional during that time, right? Because this is, I mean, this is high. It's just,
Right.
but what do we do at this point? But I'm glad that you're actually, looking ahead to what could be.
Right, because I mean, I feel like it's unfair to us because, we have to pay our own rent. All the other county offices, they get free room and board. And, it's coming out of our budget. So,
Well, we're just not gonna talk about the past.
I know. But it
We
is
don't
what
worry
it
about
is.
Yeah,
And
it
I
is what
mean,
it is. I mean,
this is for a year. It gives us,
well, I think we're looking at some different variables, especially with the jail. And, we're gonna build a jail. I'll tell you right now, we're gonna build a jail because we have to build a jail, but, we're looking at some options too that's gonna benefit this county.
absolutely.
And saving $26,000 a year, is a huge benefit, that's one for sure. So I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think we're gonna have some good information coming here within, 30, 60 days probably, about the jail, hopefully sooner. And, I like that, I would put that on mine. Then once we figure out exactly the path we're taking, then we can kinda put stuff in perspective for the future. That's gonna happen real soon. I mean, it's like the coroner's office, and it's got a garage.
Yes.
So, but we're just waiting on to see what information we get, and then we'll proceed to move forward. So anyway,
Can I ask?
I appreciate you thinking ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I have no
That
choice.
gives us a path that we can move forward.
we can put you up big tent somewhere.
Hey, we did it. We've done it.
So, in doing the commissioners' budgets and the utilities and all of that for the last 6 years, there has been $6, $10, or more $1,000 left each year. If we sit and work together and get an exact number, can we bring it back to you and possibly at least move their utilities to the utilities line item with the rest of the buildings?
Well, I don't see why not. Everybody, we pay for the utilities of everybody else. I mean,
How much you thinking, you said? 6?
6,000 a year.
once again, we can go back and beat a dead horse, but the horse is already dead, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna change that.
And the amount of money that was wasted on us moving all those times, it's crazy.
There you go.
Because the health
You're-
department had to pay for, Highcom to come in and everybody else to come in and rewire and rephone and redo everything. So all those are expenses that we're gonna have to re-incur again, when we go to move.
Hindsight's 20/20.
So you want us to bring your list back?
Brace
Or you
list.
just want us to stay, if it goes as much above $6,000-$7,000, you want us to bring it back? If not, just go ahead and let them start turning into regular utilities.
What do you need from us, I guess is the question.
Just approval to use your utilities line item out of the commissioner's fund that you pay for all the other utilities out of.
We're not gonna run that out or endanger it, correct?
You have money left each year.
I'm good with it if you guys are.
I think it's only right since she's the only one doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, let's be firm, and very consistent across
That's
the
right.
board. Let's move the utilities. Got a lease agreement in front of you guys. Somebody speak up, please, and thank you, and all that other stuff goes with it.
I move that we sign this 1-year agreement with an eye toward the fact that we may be able to move her at some point in the near future.
I'll say.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
Thank you guys so much.
Mhm.
It would be awesome. I'd be all for it.
Does it make any difference which one line we sign on, I sign on, or?
No, just, let me see. I think one's for you and one's for the,
Both of them say the same.
okay, yeah, just pick one.
So, if you go ahead and take that, get their signature and then get me a copy of it.
What's that need?
I usually have the health board
Like on the address.
president will sign it as well.
Does it need the address of where they're at now?
It's on the front,
It's on the.
on the front.
Do we need a motion for one signature, or are we good?
Yeah, probably.
Make a motion that we allow the president of the board to sign the lease.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All abstain. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to abstain or not, but since we're going to.
Our gas, usually when our gas bill is the only thing, our name, everything else is down. Yeah, it's just. We just turned everything to last year.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Coroner, you're here for the opioid funds, is that correct? That's what I said. Are you here for the opioid funds?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll tell you before we get started. We don't have them yet. How much money do you still have in your opioid account? Your fund line item?
I was told it was full, so that's why I was coming for some clarification, because we don't
Oh.
know if we have any.
Okay, come up here then.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You can
For
sit-
that,
You can sit
Since
down.
everybody else is giving you updates, can I give you an update of how our office did in 2025?
Yes, absolutely.
So our office processed 121 death scenes this year, or last year, sorry. Of those, we had 109 natural deaths, 2 suicides, 6 accidental deaths, 2 homicides, and today I sit here happy to announce that because of profound work that we and other agencies have been able to do, we were able to solve a 23-year-old cold case and a 7-year-old cold case in 2025.
Praise God. That's awesome.
You said 109, 2, what was the third one?
109 natural, 2 suicides, 6 accidental,
6 accident. Sorry,
and 2 homicides.
I got that.
Okay.
In the 2025 annual budget review in August, when I came in and spoke with the council, again, I know that you weren't involved in this conversation, but I did ask if I needed to make a line item, specifically for my therapy canine, because at this point, she had been covered specifically under the grant fund since she was introduced into the office 2 years ago. We were also able to do a lot of things with communications. We were able to get a radio in the van. We were able to purchase some equipment. It's not finished with getting bulkheads and some storage put in the back of the van as well. We were able to obtain a pharmaceutical counter so that we were no longer spending 6 hours counting medications that we took in on a scene. And there are still many, many things that we would like to do. So when I came to that meeting, I said, do we need a line item? And they said, or should we just continue using the grant money until we don't have it anymore? Because I was under the impression that it was kind of an indefinite award. I did not know that it could be taken back. So we did not make a line item for the K-9, and since that's been brought to my attention, I've just been footing the bill for her. It's no big deal, she lives with me, that's not the problem. The problem is looking forward for us to continue doing some of this groundbreaking work that we do. We've got to have more than just what we've got in the budget for, autopsies and utilities. So
I see.
I guess I'm not really asking for anything additional. I just was wondering maybe if you could shed some light on what happened to the other roughly $19,000 we thought we were.
Somebody's gonna have to shed light for me, because I don't have it, I'm clueless. How much money did you get from the opioid settlement money?
To my knowledge, I'm not sitting in front of any numbers, but if I remember correctly, There was an opioid settlement that was given, and it was divided amongst 5 departments. I believe it was around $29,000 per department.
29,000?
Yes, sir.
Do you have, and I'm a little bit new to this too, so
We can learn together.
it's a wonderful thing. Do you have an expense sheet of the 29,000 for what you spent from out of the 29,000?
Not currently with me, but I can get one.
Can you give me one?
Yeah,
And you felt that you should have money left in this line item?
yes.
At how much you think?
It's approximate, maybe 19. I could be off because I can't remember exactly how much the stuff for the van was.
Why wouldn't you have that money?
Well, I was just told that all of the funds were pulled, that the grant money was pulled back, that we couldn't access it.
You guys had agreed that you were gonna freeze it or stop until you could see, because we got word that there's 2 new grant amounts
Yes.
out there. We get one in January, and we get a second one in February. There'll be a whole new round of money coming. We still don't have an exact amount. I do know that the first one is supposed to be here by midweek next week, so we'll
Okay.
be able to do that. From that, there was originally, Joel was the past commissioner that met with them, and there were several that were on there as far as how it got divided up, but a couple of the departments decided that they didn't need it. They give their money to the sheriff's department for the DARE program. Natasha then did the 911 dispatcher, gave hers over for that too. But Chris, EMS kept his, and then Shelby and them have theirs. And again, everything was put on hold because we weren't sure what the new money was. You guys were moving things around. Give EMA some of those funds as well. So she's just been sitting on her balance.
And we were asked to give some of ours to the sheriff fund as well. I didn't completely object to that. I just needed to see where we could get with our money first, because the coroner's office doesn't often get anything like this.
Good.
So it was really important to us that we used it the best we could.
When did this happen? I don't remember this at all.
The.
When they pulled the money back.
You guys just made it somewhere, one of the meetings you discussed about putting hold on it and seeing what everybody was. And I believe she's probably the one that has the most left as far as a balance. They've spent it. Chris has, a lot of different things with this. There's 2 different funds of money. You have restricted and unrestricted. She is in the unrestricted one, so she can use it for the K-9 or any of their expenses that they have. If you guys decide to move it, she could move some of her expenses out of the regular budget into either one of the restricted or unrestricted. She has some of that flexibility for training and communications to where she can still make it work if the unrestricted. And again, we have no idea what the new funds come in, if they're all gonna be restricted or unrestricted.
And I can't remember off the top of my head with the unrestricted fund, is that the one where we couldn't do anything brick and mortar, or could do something?
Anything you want to.
Because I would also like to point out, I know you were just discussing the move, the merge. I don't have to go very far in the weeds for you to know our facility isn't quite what we would like for it to be. But there are some modifications I've been working out in my head, and I can bring this to another meeting too. We'll just touch on it today. If there's some follow-ups that you'd like to do, that's fine. But I've been brainstorming. Right now, we currently leave the county and we take our commission over to Morgan County to do our autopsies. They are not charging us a room rental fee, so in hindsight, it's not going to save us as much. It would save wear and tear on the van, and it would open, our vehicle would be available for dispatch. But we could get a 3-bay sink and a mortuary table. That's about all it takes. And I could gut where I have my office stuff in there and move it to the admin office and have the pathology team come to us for autopsies like they do all the other counties. And if it worries anybody spending money on stuff like that, it's all portable. So we can move it to the new facility and utilize it again if we ever relocate. And I ran the numbers on that. I need about $15,000 to make that possible.
How much?
15,000.
What kind of leeway do you have on getting that kind of equipment?
Most of it can be ordered through a mortuary retailer. We can have it here, as soon as we get the approval on the funds, we can have it here in a few weeks.
I know we talked about paving out there at one time by your building, current building.
Yes.
Have you, what's like Christine, have you looked around at what we currently have, what ifs, as the jail project comes online?
even mentioned kind of the same thing for her, like the only available buildings that there may be, one of those was the same building she had brought up. And then, I think at one point it was talked about putting us in like outside of the Sally Port in the new jail build.
Yeah,
but
that-
Other than that, I haven't really scoped out any facilities to move to, so,
We got a
Ah,
tent, we got a tent.
yeah, a couple of them.
I was just asking because I didn't, you know,
Well, this is an avenue that we're going to be crossing here relatively soon.
Yep.
Once we get our findings about the jail, that's gonna determine a lot of things, which, you know, is all gonna be good and positive, but until we set in stone exactly the parameters of the jail, we don't wanna jump to any conclusion by no means.
Understood.
But being that I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, I've confused myself, I guess. So you was awarded $29,000 of opioid money back in 2024,
Yes,
and you've spent approximately 10,000.
roughly,
give or
yes.
take.
For
So
the
you,
van, the
you
community-
believe that you had
I
$19,000?
think, I could, like I said, I could be wrong about the things that pertain to the van, because Stan drew up and handled a significant portion of that as far as getting the bulkheads ordered,
Okay.
getting the organizational tools that we would need. I do know that when we used, is it ECS, the radio people?
Yeah.
It was $3,650 to have it
Okay,
installed.
so, and I know where Sheila's come from, because we talked about freezing the opioid money, but, and this is probably my fault, so I'll take full responsibility for this. Now, I'm not the type of person that's gonna give somebody some money and take it back away from them. I don't think that's proper. But what I'd like from you, if you could, give me a report. You know, you started out with 29,000, you spent this and this and this, let me know how much money that is left out of that $29,000. The opioid money, we're waiting on them new settlements to come in, and that's where I'm at. The money that, to me, that's already been allocated to whatever group, needs to be with that group, as far as I'm concerned, unless it's just something somebody's abandoned and they don't need it anymore. But I need to know how much money you have left out of that 29,000.
Sure. Could I also make you a list of things that are reoccurring payments, like service fees, or for the K-9 unit, it would be like, you know, medicines for the year, flea and tick med, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Well,
Same as how the sheriff's fund.
And we're gonna cross that. And service animals and canine and stuff like that are two different animals. Same dog, two different animals, so to speak. Nah, don't laugh, you know what I mean? So this dog this is your dog.
She's my dog.
This don't belong to the county.
No.
But the county's footing the bill for the food and shots and warmer and whatever the case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need those bills.
Okay.
See what they are, you know.
They've been processed through claims.
What?
They've all been processed.
Yeah, I've seen them
all
through the
sure.
claim, but
Yeah.
I want to see out of that 29,000, what is spent,
Yeah.
broke down for the dog, okay? Then what's been spent for other stuff, then that way I'll know what is left. It's easier for us to make a better determination.
Yep.
When the new opioid money comes here, of course, I'm just speaking for one guy, but we fund the DARE officer out of that opioid money, and we're gonna continue to fund the DARE officer. That's a must. And how much we're gonna get in? Who knows? It's like FEMA money.
Yeah.
You just keep wait and wait and wait.
The way I figure, as long as we can get back what we plan to sustain us, and then maybe if you get another round, then we could use that wish list potentially to
Yep.
get the modifications that we need for the more.
Bring together the budget out of that 29 that you spend, also bring us a wish list. Bring me a need, all of us, not just me, a needs list and a wish list, you know, kind of like that. So we can take a look at that. That way we can, the three of us can sit and determine, you know, okay, then ask questions about what's on this list. Is that fair statement?
Yep.
Okay.
How's
Sounds
that?
good. See you next week
Huh?
then.
Pretty easy, wasn't it?
Yep,
That it?
yep.
Done?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have access to that. Yeah, that, toll 37.
I can't see the 37, I don't know, I can't see because
I'll email them to you, that way you can break it down, and it actually shows who all got what and how much everybody spent, but.
Did you say 1237?
1237, 1238,
Restricted and unrestricted.
37 is unrestricted, 38 is the regular, hers will be out of 38.
Thank you for your time, guys. Normally I'd stick around, I do a basketball game today for my kiddos, so. Give them way up. Thank you.
See you later.
See ya. See ya. You come up for tuning it. Well, I got something to say to you. You? I got a whole list of people in public like, my God, hurry up. We're gonna hurry, people. We're about done. Almost. Not really. Let her rip. Mr. Highwayman.
Well, right now, only thing we're pretty much getting done is prepping for this storm. Elite Auto is actually out at the shop tonight, working on a couple trucks. To try to get
high
them.
blower.
Yeah, and the one that they fixed isn't quite there, so he's back out there tonight to get them fixed.
I thought they changed that sensor and it fixed that. No, came back after you started it.
It's still having some issues, so he's
Yeah.
working the bugs, but he's out there tonight working on it.
Are we prepped? Ready?
As ready as we can be.
What do you, I know there was a meeting at 2 o'clock today. Did they give you any indication of what they're guessing at?
8+ inches, but no totals and brutal cold following.
Sounds
It's
lovely.
gonna be a light fluffy snow with the winds that you're gonna get it off the road and you're gonna turn around and come back the other way and it's gonna be right back where it was at when you pushed it off. So we'll do the best we can with what we have.
God's in control. Well, we gotta undo it. It's either snow. I was on that well. I listened to it today, what they had to say, but for the public, you know, I want to bring up a few things. We're gonna be monitoring the weather with Chad along the next couple days. I know we got another meeting more at 2 o'clock, an update and stuff like that. They're gonna try to pin in this weather a little closer. Snowfall, you know, right at now we're to 8 inches. That could change. It could be 4, it could be 14 inches of snow. But for the public, the thing that concerns me the most is what they said today was that the wind chill factor is gonna be 20 below. That's deadening. That's killer. So, the commissioners will be monitoring it with Jack. EMA Director Jack White, even though he's in rehabilitation, he's working from his rehabilitation room. He's on board, he's on top of this, and Chad is too. If it comes to, if it gets serious, which they're saying it could, you know, starting snowing on Saturday, the wind is supposed to be like 3 degrees in the morning, the wind chill is gonna get worse. I ask people to use common sense, please stay home. You know, common sense sometimes plays out, sometimes it don't. We don't need people driving out in the roads just to see how bad it is. And we've been real, the people's been real good, but I'm asking, please stay home. It's bad enough for the emergency response teams trying to get out to those who have illnesses anyway. It's on oxygen, stuff like that. But 20 below zero, you'll be dead in no time if you get caught out in it. So please stay home off the roads. I think this Board of Commissioners will be in touch with each other for the next several days. My stance on this is we'll get our determination from Chad, what his thoughts are about the roads and how cold it is. And the Board of Commissioners will try to make a determination whether this county goes, you know, what stage we need to be in or anything like that. But the snow doesn't concern me as much as the 20 below zero. That's bad, even for your people. I'm not going to put the county employees at risk. I'm not going to do it. You know, so stay on top of the situation. If things turn south and start getting bad, I need somebody to answer the phones. If they tell us on Saturday, all hell's gonna break loose, we're getting 14, 16 inches of snow, need somebody to monitor the phones. I'm also asking a public request from the public for anybody that has any type of equipment that can move snow from the roads if things get bad, real bad. I ask the public for your help, but please, before you get out to clear a road, contact the county highway garage. Let them know where you're at, where you're gonna be. You know, we don't need to be traveling against each other, working against each other. But 656 road miles that you're gonna have, and you got 12 guys. I think if it gets bad, we're gonna need help from the public, farmers, people that's got equipment, especially cabbed equipment with warmth. So I'm just sending that out there as a public request. If things get bad, we're gonna need you to help best you can to help with the roads if at all possible. But that means somebody had to monitor the phone. And it's not gonna be one of your drivers. If you're available, you're available.
We kind of already talked about if I can
Yeah,
come in, so.
it's, we'll know probably more tomorrow, Chad, and you make that call. You make that determination, but if the public needs to call the garage and say, hey, I'm out on Jones Road pushing snow 4 inches or whatever, maybe that'll help you a little bit. I don't know if it will or not, but I don't know if it gets hurt. You know,
Can't hurt anything.
can't hurt anything, so. What else you got?
Our software that we currently use is called SoftWorks. We did not sign the contract with them this year or last year. It is extremely outdated system. Very unuser friendly. You hit the wrong button, you lose everything that you've been working on. Benita reached out to this company that is called Charts. There's a list in front of you guys of the questions that we asked and the answers. It's one of those things that almost sounds too good to be true. Other counties around us that are using it: Clay, Monroe, Hendricks, Morgan, Lawrence, Gibson, Putnam County, and they're going to Brown County this next week for their consultation. I'd like for us to set up a time to meet with them, have them come up and show us what their system's capable of. The first year for the installation, training, and updates and all that would be at $8,000 to get started. And then every year it's just a $2,100 fee that's all inclusive for everything. Right now, if we pick up the phone and call people at SoftWorks, they charge us per phone call. If we have to come up here, we get charged mileage.
How much does that software cost you, SoftWorks right
I
now?
don't know, we haven't signed a contract, so
signed a
I don't know
contract.
that we've got anything.
Have we been paying them though?
We own the
You own the software?
we own the
Yeah.
software.
No, we can't update.
Okay. And then, next question is, the current machines you have out there, will they run this software?
I asked him kind of that, because I'm not well versed in a lot of that, but he seems to think that they would be. And then he said if we did update our computers, they would come back out at $2,100. We'd still cover that if they came out and put it in our system right now. And then 6 months down the road, we get a new computer or something, they would come back out and redo it. It's part of that $2,100 a year.
And with an initial setup, we give them a vendor list of every vendor we use, and it goes in the system. You call and say, I need to know how much money you spent on stone. Right now, we've got to go back to a filing cabinet and go through each individual invoice. This system, you go in the computer and hit a button, I can tell you exactly what we spent on stone. Same with the employees, equipment information, all that. And they will put all that in for us. We don't have to do any of it. We just provide them with the list, they get it all set up. I just want to see if you guys would be all right with getting a consultation, having them come up, to show us.
What do you think, Dave?
Oh, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
all
be able to
about,
keep all our service records on equipment, everything can go into this computer instead of having paper files that we're having to search through because
Kind of surprised me.
I think, yeah, I agree. I think, you know, get them to come up here, but when you do, make sure you coordinate with Norm because
Oh, absolutely. I
this is
figured
out of my
he's- yeah.
wheelhouse. So
I
that
need
he
to
can.
set it up with these two.
Yeah, they're, I mean,
Well, computer stuff, you wanna talk
Oh,
about?
Yeah.
I'll just tell you that right now.
yeah, so, yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. It doesn't hurt to try to learn something.
Clay County seems to love the setup.
Yeah, I'm good with that, Chad.
Okay. And then Saturday, this last Saturday, myself, Commissioner Risk, and the two mechanics went down to Carlisle to look at some ditching machines. Right now, they're a no-go. We don't have a tractor capable size enough with a creeper gear to even pull it down the road. So we've kind of switched directions and we're looking into some other equipment for ditching.
Okay. So you don't know till you go look and see what's all
And
about.
then one other thing that I had and I wanted to bring up is trying to set up something. The last snow, we had 5 mailboxes that people called and said that we knocked over with our truck and plow. Those were never hit with the truck or the plow. It's what we call the rooster tail snow coming off. Come to find out, posts were all rotted at the ground. So it just took a touch and they fell over. We replaced them in good faith, but I'm asking if there's any way we could do an ordinance or something like other counties have that says if we hit your mailbox with the plow or truck, it will be replaced, but if it's just rotted off at the ground and the snow hit it, I know a lot of in the group of the Association of Indiana Counties, the highway departments have and we email back and forth a lot, and all the other counties have something set up. I can try to get a copy of it.
Yeah, we can do one.
But, and I know it doesn't sound like much, but you start replacing posts and the man hours that go into put it up,
Yep.
locate if you have to dig a new hole. It's just,
I agree.
If you can get a hold of one that somebody's
Yeah,
already
I'll
written up,
get one.
get it to me.
I will get a copy of that and I can email it to you.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Other than that,
There you go. Take no chances.
if we come up on somebody too, there's a traffic accident or a car off or somebody outside, my guys will be instructed to stop. Put them in the truck with them until they get the help they need. Or
Absolutely.
if we've got to move them somewhere.
Yeah, keep them
We'll all
warm.
have blankets and different things in the trucks just to,
Absolutely. We have a public servant here that would like to speak to you.
You know the status on the Hyden Road project 2 years ago?
no, to be honest. I don't even have the capabilities to do that project anymore. That'll have to be contracted out.
But I know what you're talking about, Kevin.
That'd
I
be the
do.
paving of the
That
rest of
hill,
that.
but it's not much.
There's not a lot there. There's some ditching to be done and then we'll have to contract out the paving.
It needs paved, it needs to match up with the rest of the stuff, you know, like that. What I suggest, and I know, and Kevin, can't apologize to you enough, falls through the cracks, you know, a lot of stuff is. My suggestion to you is to, try to get an idea, get somebody out there, take a look, see what it's gonna cost to get that paved. We can do the ditching and cleanup part, stuff like that, but just find out somebody what's it gonna cost to get it paved.
Okay.
I mean, small, it's not that much. We got some local pavers here locally that can handle that project. I think Kevin's been, more than peaceful. But I think we need to do due diligence to find out what that's gonna cost and how long it's gonna take to do that, how long it will take you to do your ditching, stuff like that. At least that gentleman will know, here's where we're at, how long it's gonna take, and when we can possibly get that done. Fair enough, sir?
Yes.
Okay?
That's not a problem.
Yeah. And we will be meeting sometime here relatively soon with E&B, Milestone, all the paving companies. The Board of Commissioners has got a pretty good road plan putting together, along with you and what your ideas are. But with the budget cuts and stuff like that, you know, we're looking at a lot of chip and seal, but in a whole different realm than just throwing it out there and running over top. But we got a pretty decent plan, so here in the near future, we'll be meeting with all those companies, so. Anything else? Anybody else got anything for the highway? Free to go?
Thank you.
Conflict of interest forms, what's that about, Sheila?
It is now required that the commissioners receive and approve all conflict of interest. Doesn't matter which package you have in front of you tonight or the school board packets. They have some connection one way or another, and so they're in front of you to sign.
I'm gonna set this off to the side, I mean, let's set this off to the side, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Take a peek at that, please. Public comment. You two gentlemen in the back haven't said a word yet tonight.
Not yet.
Go ahead, public comment, what do you got?
No, a few questions about the Vital Farms operation, chicken operation going in on West of Chapel Road.
Yes.
How will that affect the property values for the neighbors immediately surrounding that farm? You have any idea?
Well, and here's what I know about it so far, but here's something I will tell you. I did meet with the builder and the owners of the company and tried to gain some information. And he's willing to sit down to speak with anybody. He provided some excellent information to stuff I didn't know. He doesn't seem to think, and I don't know how the Plan Commission or feels about it at all, but he didn't think it's going to affect the property value of anybody next door. When it first started out, I was told it was going to be like a 200,000 chicken operation and eggs and this and stuff like that. Well, that's not the case. 20,000 or less chickens is what's going to be there. And they don't wash the eggs on site, which I thought, I was told they was going to wash the eggs and they'd be using hundreds of thousands of gallons of water per day. He said the average water use will be 4 to 5 gallon water a minute, and that's just to water the chickens. And he said that's not 24/7, it's just when the chickens are up.
With that part, there are homes within the immediate area that have had water, but not recently. They had to start buying and trucking in water, like you see back pickup trucks or trailers.
That is correct.
So the water table is already not good. So that 2 or 3 gallons per minute,
4 to 5.
4 to 5 gallons
Yeah.
per minute, how many minutes in a day? Hours?
With this, the operation of ours, like for the water and the chicken, and I don't know enough about chickens. I know they wake up in the morning, cock-a-doodle-doo, and they go to bed at night, you know. But
And to be fair, they're egg chicken, they won't cock-a-doodle-doo in the morning.
So,
She's got a good point, Sam.
I will say that they're gonna be on a release on PEC type setup, so it's not just gonna be water running all day. It'll be, they'll hit a button or a little tip and it'll put out water.
like a nozzle.
And
Yeah.
chicken doesn't drink a lot during,
No.
Not normally unless it's hot weather.
all right.
When I checked in about the well, the well got approved to be dug. They got the permit and everything, and they dug the well. The owner's a great guy, and I tell you what, before you leave, give me your name and number. Both of you, are you together, kind of on?
Yeah, kind of.
And what I'll do is I will give me your name and number, and I'll have him contact you Because I tell you, I sat down in a meeting with him and two guys side by side, and they explained the operation, they answered about every question that I had. They would be more than happy to sit down and talk with you two and explain the whole entire situation, instead of me being the middleman, act like I know what I'm doing, and believe me, I don't.
So this is the owner of the property on Rustic Chapel,
No,
not
that-
Texas.
Not the Texas, no, the owners of the people that's putting the stuff in, yeah. The owners, the new owner of the property, and the guy that's developing that stuff right there, he had such a wealth of knowledge about what was going on out there, because all the questions that I asked him, he answered every one of them, because I was told this was going to happen, and he said, no, this is what's going to happen. And he answered, like a lot of my questions about the water. I was concerned about the water usage, because I thought they was gonna wash all the eggs. He said, they don't.
I'm still concerned about the storage tank fuel rates. Senate Bill 277 seeks to, you know what that is, apparently, seeks to make it easier for people to report, but things can slip through the cracks. So not saying that the new owner is gonna do anything like
Right.
that, but where does all that wastewater go? How is it treated before it's released in the water?
Okay, and-
Things like that.
And great questions, because I asked him about like the manure, the outside stuff, you know, chickens are outside and they do their business, but when they come in, I said, what happens to all that stuff? It's all automatic, it's all cleaned up, put up stuff, and it's put into a storage building. And that is shipped off and sold to farmers to fertilize, so on and so forth, the fields and stuff like that. They sell that fertilizer. It has to be in the storage facility. And it can't overrun that facility. If it's like, you know, it holds 500 pounds, they can't hold 505. They have to move that stuff, get it sold. And he said, I asked him, I said, how hard is that to sell that fertilizer? Well, you know, he said, it's not. A lot of people are wanting to buy that, and he hopes that can be sold locally to the farmers that want to spread it on their field.
So a good majority of it will be sold and not released into the creeks.
Yeah, all the stuff that's, I want to make sure I'm saying what I'm right. So if, when, you know, chicken goes outside and poops, it does its thing. It's natural, but there's nothing you can do about that. That's natural. But when it comes inside the building, all that is automated. It's swept, cleaned, it goes into this thing, and it takes it to this outside building. They have to monitor that. Now, once it gets to a certain level of capacity, they're already getting people who wants to buy it. They have people on the list. Johnny wants this and stuff, to get it moved, because they cannot exceed that capacity of that storage. And that was one concern. Oh, how can you get rid of this pretty quick? He said, oh yeah. He said, absolutely no problem getting rid of the manure.
And that's the question I was gonna ask too, because if it runs in a creek, Mill Creek runs into Lake Amazon.
Yes.
So that's gonna affect those citizens over there, so,
He said there'd be none of the stuff inside the building. No, there's no runoff. It's not going to the creek over the hill. It has to be processed, and they have a process, and I wish I could explain it better to you, that reutilizes the water and stuff like that, but it's all automated, and that gets processed and it goes to a storage facility. But once it reaches a certain percentage of capacity, they know that it's, you know, if you got a critical point, they got to move it. But he said there's no problem with moving the fertilizer. He said you'd be surprised how many people be waiting in line to wanting to purchase that. The thing that I'm glad he told me was to be with you in just a minute, to apologize. He said there's 20,000 or less. If they would have went 30,000, then they had there's all kinds of state permits and guidelines, and he said it would have been a big change. So the question was asking, if you got 20,000 chickens and, you know, some of them's going to die by natural causes, a hawk may swoop in and pick up one. They asked him, well, how do you, if, 100 chickens die, how do you know you still got, do you put 100 more back? He says, no. We get 20,000 chickens. If 100 dies, you got 19,900. They don't add to it. Once that flock, that 20,000, runs its course, they pack them all up, they ship them all out, clean, bring another 20,000 in. They don't, if they die, they don't add to them. It's a flock, or whatever you want to call it. It's a process. I don't know how long chicken lay egg, 4 or 5 years. And I said, then the question was asked, well, okay, well, you got 19,000 chickens left and they're done laying eggs. What do you do with them? Big cookout, folks. And they said no, those chickens are sold to like Campbell's Food Companies. They make chicken soup, chicken stuff out of them. So I was impressed that wasn't Kay. He said there'll never be over 20,000 chickens out there, ever. Because that's the guidelines that they've set.
Corporate guidelines as well as general environmental guidelines, since state or federal doesn't apply to them.
Yeah, and I asked him, I said, what about we gotta get, the attorney told me to hush, not talk so much, but, sorry. I asked him about, people coming out there and visiting. He said, no. But now, here's what they're gonna do for the public. Before they open, they're gonna try to open maybe like in June. They're gonna have a public showing to where the public can come out, and commissioners and stuff like that, and to look at the operation. So the public can see, neighbors can see what's going on. They encourage that, by the way. But once it's open, it's taboo. You don't get to go, nobody gets to go in, because anybody that comes in close to that facility, you gotta be sprayed, checked, quarantined. He says it's not allowed for people to come in and out of the facility, stuff like that. So I was pretty impressed about that. But if you two gentlemen will give me your names and numbers and write them down on a piece of paper, if somebody can slip them a piece of paper somewhere, I will get the information to you and have them call you, and they'd be more than happy to meet. And they did say that they want to contribute to the county. Listen to this, the operation is going to be operated by around 4 people. The doors open up at 6 o'clock, the chickens go their happy way. They go out to they're pastured. Certain pastures, and they move them, so on and so forth. 6 o'clock at night, the bell rings, all the kids get to come home, they close the doors. If you're left outside, you're on your own. Nobody goes out there and rounds up the 3 or 4 chickens that wants to go stand out there. You're on your own, hope the coyotes don't come and get you. And which I thought it was pretty impressive. But the thing he brought to my attention, he says, before we hire anybody to work here, we hope, this is his words, the position, the manager position out there pays real well. I won't tell you the number, but it pays real well, top benefits. I mean, I'll go now.
I'm in front of you.
It pays real well, but they want to hire somebody local to run that, plus the other people that they need to, they want to hire local. They don't want to bring other people in. They want somebody from Owen County. When it comes time to hire, they're going to put it out. They want to hire somebody from Owen County to run that operation. I thought that was impressive. That meant a lot to me. And believe me, it pays real well, gentlemen. And it's only a few hours a day. It's not an all day. You ain't out there all day. You guys retired back here. You might want to pay attention. Well, it pays real well. It pays more than the commissioners make.
Well, that's not saying much.
I thought that, man, I'm gonna get hit over this one, so.
A couple other things. So this never went before the Plan Commission. And the reason it never went before the Plan Commission is because what they're doing is an accepted use for agricultural property.
There you go.
The other thing, I'm still against where they're coming out on the road, but the state will not give them a permit to come out on 231. Now, this is what we were.
They may have to heat it up a little bit then because of the.
Right, so I think there was some discussion about widening the road, that they will put the bill to widen the road a little bit so that it's be safer, because I think that is gonna be an issue. I mean, I'm no genius about roads, but it's narrow, it's in good shape right now, so people go too fast. I think we could all agree with that. And I'm afraid what happens is somebody pops over that hill and there's a truck pulling out. So, I was told that they're willing to help.
That was in the conversation meeting. They're gonna put truck entrance signs at both ends of the road. And they said they will go meet with the county highway, the residents. They said they will absolutely make that road in better shape than it is right now. He said they'll start now. He said they have no problem with it. The guy says they want to be environmental friendly. They want to work with the people, the surrounding people. They want to work with the neighbors. And if it takes widening the road, more culverts or whatever, blacktop and stuff like that to make that a safe environment, putting up sign, he said it's not. He said it will not be a problem. So it was a very impressive meeting, but I think you two gentlemen need to speak to this guy.
Okay.
And it pays real well. If I didn't mention that, so.
What'd you have, Bud?
Basically, I just want to say, these chickens, when they're gonna be inside the building, those buildings will actually have sawdust in it or something like that. It is a kill-dried sawdust, and they will only buy it from certain places because they don't want anything foreign matter coming in. Once they clean those buildings, they will take it to a dry stack building. That dry stack building is where they will actually sell it out of to the farmers that need it, because it is high nitrogen fertilizer.
Yep.
And it brings top dollar.
And he says they don't want to look for contractors outside of Owen County or farmers. They want to find people that's here in Owen County that needs that type of fertilizer. He said that's the first people they're going to be looking for. Is Johnny down here needs whatever he needs, like he's talking about. He said they want to work with Owen. I was probably more, that was one of the most impressive meetings I've ever been to. So, anything else, gentlemen? Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Any other public comment? Department, elected officials? Okay, so what do I do with that? These conflicts of interest things, do I have to read all these? Is this something that?
Does he need to read the names?
All it does is identify potential conflict of interest issues. It's people who work for the school corporation who also have some connection to the county. I looked through them just now and nothing jumped out at me.
Or is there anything that, do I need to speak about this publicly, or?
No, I mean, again, it's people who work for the school corporation and yet may sit on a board or something like that.
Okay.
It's not, again, anything that concerns me by any means.
Okay, so all these members here on this uniform conflict of interest disclosure statement work for our school board members, correct, sir?
That's right.
But they may hold either a position in the county as appointed, elected, maybe sitting on a board. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Do I need to mention the names? Would that be helpful?
Sure. That way people will know what the forms are.
Okay, school board member John Jack White, school board member Deanna Stickles, School Board Member Mark Rogers. School Board Member Derek Morgan. School Board Member Chad Cooper. School Board Member Elizabeth Bixler. And School Board Member Ricky Schmalzer. They all sit on the school board, but some of these people do have positions in Owen County, where they're appointed, elected, or sitting on a board. They have filled out the uniform conflict of interest disclosure statements here before the Board of Commissioners. I make a motion that we approve these conflict of interest disclosure statements by school board members.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. That's it. Anybody got anything?
No, that's not it yet, hang on.
Boy, sorry. Go ahead. Dave's got something.
We got, the DNR, this is for all the fire departments, so pay attention. I know you're one back here. And Chad, you're one. Okay, this is to the county auditor. The 1984 Indiana General Assembly enacted House Enrolled Act, HEA 1424, to amend the Indiana Code concerning distributing of monies from timber sales to volunteer fire departments. Okay, so you guys are gonna be getting some money. Cataract Volunteer Fire Department, Coal City, Franklin Township, Gosport, Patricksburg, Clay County Fire, and Owen Valley. You'll each be getting $1,725.37.
I just got an email.
You got an email?
$1,971.85.
Okay, I lied to you, but I didn't mean to. It was on the sheet. I read what was on the sheet.
Now, buddy, that's the kind of interest rate we need for the county right there.
Okay, how much was that, Sheila, again?
$1,971.85.
Okay, so you're gonna be getting $1,971.85. It's on my sheet now.
Hallelujah.
So there you go.
Good deal. Now, I was trying to get everybody out by 7:30, but it's already turned in. Dave decided to speak, so.
That's all
I had
right.
30 seconds there.
Sheila, Mrs. Reeves?
Okay, I give you a copy of the council liaison list.
Yes.
Just your departments are on there, and you might check in with the council people who are over your departments, or vice versa. There is also a utility company that they have utility right-of-ways. Sam worked with them this week. They have donated $5,000 to the county. So it was deposited into.
Yeah, they are, what's that company on top of that check right there? Mainstream Fiber Networks, we talked about this, they've been talking about it. Marcy King's come to meetings. They're doing all the fiber in town. They needed to set a box to make all the connections. It'd be the main box. They found the spot right down there by the jail, outside of the fence. It's in the easement. To pour a little pad, they poured the pad. They're gonna set a 2x4 box. That will be the main hub for the fiber in Spencer and surrounding. They wanna know if they could, put that box there, and I said, sure, we got no problem with it, and they did. And they gave us $5,000 for setting the box on an easement. I thought that was pretty nice. And Sheila's taking that money, and I believe you're depositing that into the utility. So we received $5,000 from Main Street Fiber. Very nice of them.
You also have in front of you a resolution. It was the original ordinance that advertised the commissioners' meetings. We had to change 2025 to 2026. Unfortunately, I had 2026 on everything. I just sent the wrong copy, so this is amending. We just marked it as amended with today's date on there, so that we didn't have to resubmit it all over, and it's good. So, the motion to.
Motion that we accept 2025-018 as amended with the current year.
I'll second.
All in favor? 3-0. Anything else?
Temporary hire.
Yes, Marilyn Pless, who has been our courthouse custodian, I don't know what the right word or not. Marilyn's been here for over 18 years. Marilyn used to be a full-time employee. It's very unfortunate that her hours and her benefits were cut. Very disheartening. This happened before this Board of Commissioners' time. She is not, I talked to Marilyn this morning, she is not able to work. She's getting ready to have back surgery. She's wanting to try to come in and work. She can't. She just can't do it. So we're going, the Board of Commissioners are wanting, or going to hire, I know Dave's gonna be helping out a lot with stuff. We're gonna hire somebody temporary to help clean the bathroom, sweep floor, do some mopping, stuff like that. I don't wanna go here. But it has been a shame at how some of the county employees have been treated. Marilyn is a wonderful lady. She's 80 years old. Whether you like her or you don't like her, it's relevant. Employees shouldn't be treated badly. But anyway, she's not going to be able to work for a while. She's not supposed to get operated on until February 26th, and even after that, it'll be 2 months. But after talking with her today, she cannot hardly get around at all, so she doesn't need to be here. I don't want her getting hurt, falling down. It just make matters worse. So I'd ask the Board of Commissioners, let's put our heads together. We've interviewed some people in the past. We don't need to put out the big agenda or anything like that. Let's get somebody in here to work ASAP to help with David and do some general cleaning, whatever we can do. Clean the bathroom, sweep floors, mop dust, whatever. Immediately until Marilyn is able to return. That's my request.
You gonna post that, then Sheila?
We've had, again, interviewed other applicants that could fill in for it.
Yeah, so we don't have
because it's
to.
temporary.
Okay.
No, it's just temporary.
So we can look back through then?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
But we need a motion.
Make a motion that we try to get someone in part-time to help out with the cleaning around.
I'll second that.
All in favor? 3-0. Anybody else? Diane, you done? Are you happy?
You're going at 7:38 at night, Sam. You think I'm happy?
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you all.
Sheila, you want this back?
I got it.
Hey, Diane.
So here's my list. The emergency declaration from off the snow. Ordinance, Chad is gonna send me some stuff on. You saw my email about the cube.
And nobody wants to do anything. And I will try to get with Dan Chapman in the next couple of weeks. The other parts of the storm stuff. And I have.
Close me up there, brother.
And I don't,
I'll give you a minute.
It's somewhere between a quarter and a half mile.
Like,